All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is October 1st, spooky season 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacios, and unfortunately, my co-host could not actually be here today. But yeah, this is Chris.
Hey, how you guys doing? Power still is not on at my house, which means no internet as well. So Lewis decided it might be better to, just come over instead of trying to do it all wonky on like my phone or something.
Bro, it's been insane. If you guys don't know, this week, Florida had just got hit by a Category 4 hurricane. It's been disastrous for a lot of people, but luckily Chris and I were safe. We took our time to prepare, and even through all of the crazy things like knowing about like family and everything else, we're here, we're safe. Luckily I didn't lose. I lost power during the hurricane, but I got it back early yesterday. Early yesterday. So luckily I was able to get everything set up. My computer was fine. There was no flooding, nothing going wrong and all that. So but yeah, so if you can look at the news, go look at the news about it. And if you can help out somehow, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like some charity events and things like that coming up pretty soon, just to help out the most needed, for this type of thing. So I know we're kind of starting a little left note on this one, but it has to be said because we were part of it. We're safe, we're good, but again, yes, Hunter, we're in the same room. I know, right? Like, it's so weird because usually I'm like looking at the screen and I'm just like, okay, I'm looking at you through the screen here and then my camera is here, but now I had to actually like adjust it in different angles. Now I can actually, talk to him and say like, hey, here he is, so I can chuck him too, It's like, but yeah, so we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. Don't forget to check everybody out at the Professor Network, and Chris is like caught off here. No, there you go. ProfessorNetwork.com/Purified podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. Just check them out. Keep purifying them through them and everything. Just check them out as much as you can.
Enjoy it.
Yes, definitely. So, Chris, now that you're here, I think it's time to talk about. I don't know what the hell happened this week. It's like,
dude, we got blown.
Yeah, yeah. And like, if you ever wanted to play Pokemon Go and win the weather, this was the time. But still, it was just one of those days where just couldn't. So, to recap just a little bit more, of course, there was a lot of events happening, but at the same time, we were getting hit by the hurricane, so we weren't able to go out. We weren't able to do anything, but just to stay safe. We were able at least I was able to get my streak going. Were you able to?
One of the days I know I missed out on both.
Yeah.
Which, I couldn't even log in the game basically. Because basically since internet was out in the area by Julie's house, I was staying there. I wasn't able to do too much on LTE. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't even get into the game.
Yeah.
For a whole 24 hours basically.
Yeah.
She lost power for the duration of the hurricane, which was, the heaviest part of it probably went over about 3 hours, 4 hours. So she only lost power for that.
That's good though.
But then the internet didn't come back until
what is it, Frontier or something?
I don't know, 12 hours Spectral.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, they drag their feet usually. But I will say they were pretty fast this year.
Yeah.
My friend Andrew was complaining that they took a week during Irma. So I was really crying thinking it was going to be that long. But now I get to play a little bit. The game even had issues this morning for me. But it could have just been the area I was in. But yeah, it's working fine now, which I'm glad because we got the event going on right now.
That's true. And we'll recap the last week of events and everything. We already mentioned what's happening, of course, since last podcast, but we just our experiences this time will be very minimal on how it goes. But do you have anything worth noting today? Like any Hondos, Chinese, or anything else that you think?
Yes, I have. I think just one.
You can show it to the camera if you want to. Now that you're here,
little bit Little bit of shiny Yveltal bacon bird.
Yeah, there you
Which
go.
Hamtaro likes to call the T-bone steak.
That actually makes more sense. It's not even a bacon at this point. I mean, the bacon probably will be these regular form, and then T-bone. It does look like a T-bone actually.
I think it's
like all the fat in the white, you know.
We love bacon. Everybody loves bacon.
Well, it's just that literally, a Y bear. So that's why. It's like strips on everything when it comes down to it.
I will say I'm glad I got it because I only did like 5-6 raids so far.
Wow, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, definitely not as good as yours, which I know you're gonna talk about.
Oh god.
But yeah, I'm hoping to get some good ones. It's a great Pokemon for Master League. But yeah, no hundos and only that shiny to show for, which I definitely need to get my walking shoes on tonight. After the podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. As for me, they really didn't get any hundos. I mean, I wasn't even able to try to get through any hundos or anything at this point.
This week.
Yeah, this week was like done. But however, I was, since technically I had nothing else to do, aside from just watch the news and hopefully, I don't get hit by the hurricane. I was doing a bunch of remote raids until I lost service. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was doing quite a bit of Yveltals. I didn't actually get my first shiny Yveltal until like at least 10 or so in. So I was actually like really, really hard for me to actually get through it. Mm-hmm. But I did get 3 and one Curlia with a hat. Yeah. Actually, that happened on the day that we were like, okay, we're about to just hump her down, get ready to go.
You're like, I gotta get a shiny real
and then
quick.
Just like clicked on Curlia and just it was shiny. I was like, dang God. And this is actually, I think Curlia, Butterfree, and Absol, they're perma boosted right now. So, or they're perma boosted in the sense that it only takes 1 in 60 something to actually get. So that's not too bad if you actually click on many of them.
Yeah, I just need to find an Absol.
Yeah, so I did get 3 shiny Yveltos, and I've been doing actually a little bit more since now that I have more time to do it, of course. The notable one is this one right here. 15, 14, 15. It was so close. When I saw the CP, I was like, why? Why didn't you just give me the 5 more CP to get through it?
Dude, that's the ultimate flex, though, in Master League.
Well, true, but it also is not a functional hundo, though.
Ooh, that's true, actually.
So I gotta go through, get a little bit more, of course. But I got a couple of days. Actually, this Yveltal stays until October 8th, so we have a little bit of time before he actually goes away. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it, of course, because we do have some interesting news in the dump of news here. But yeah, that's actually pretty much my whole. I was checking to see if I actually had any PvP months, but I didn't start anything that wasn't notable at this point.
I'd say I got one decent Marini, but like I'm still looking for a better one because I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, I only got this 96, and even then the evolution will probably go over 1500. Although no, it doesn't, right? It doesn't go over 1500 even if it's close to max CP or something.
I don't know how high it gets. I mean, like, it gives you the little notification of how high the CP is going.
Oh, yeah, whenever you evolve it. Yeah. I keep forgetting about that. That's a feature that I never use. Actually, okay.
You could use it in a Great League. I mean, I still use a perfect Altaria. Always win that CMP ball.
I know, right? I know, right? Yeah, I think I have a Hundo Machamp, or not Machamp, Hitmonchan.
Really?
That I used since Boulder Cup, and it actually like capped out at 14.99, and I just been using it since then, and just getting a hundo, win the CMPs, when I have them.
If it works, it works.
I know, right? So yeah, again, small little things. At least we got some wins, some losses, and everything like that when it comes down to it. But in the end of the day, it's all about just how you play the game and how you stay safe, because you really do have to stay safe in those kind of situations. But we're lucky to be here to be able to talk about all of this. Hopefully you get power soon, brother. I mean, you really need it. I feel like you don't even have anything. Oh damn, that's actually pretty cool. I forgot. That's pretty cool. With that being said, of course, let's recap some of the events and the fashion event, I guess I should say. There's like,
yeah.
I was like,
where's mine?
I'm just like shifting through it because of my house, It's like, it always happens whenever I'm here anyways. So yeah, the fashion event, a lot of hats and everything. Here, let me click on that. Okay, never mind. But yeah, Kirlia, Butterfree, Absol, Diglett, Furfrou, yeah. It's just one of those things that, are you okay with custom Pokemons in the end of the day. I mean, I don't know, we never talked about it or how we go about it, but this is just basically the custom event of the year. It's like
Yeah, I feel like for a costume Pokemon to be wanted or cool, it has to be functional
yeah,
and not like just take up bag space.
yeah,
Like Snorlax with the cowboy hat, like he's fun to look at, but you can still use him. It's not like what's a bad costume Pokemon? I mean, like Pikachu's annoying. Oh my gosh, like Pikachu's annoying. He's flexing his shiny cowboy hat.
Snorlax, yeah.
by the way. But
we have 3, so
oh my gosh. But yeah, I feel like Pikachu is just oversaturated. So I hope they don't give us like a crazy amount of him every year. I mean, it feels like we're always gonna get like 2 per year on quota.
The only thing that I really want, and I know I'm sorry for interrupting here,
No, you're good.
is that I want the original Mimikyu Pikachu custom. That's the only one that I care about.
That is such a good one.
Yeah, I know, right? And it can be shiny, so I'm like,
My girlfriend has it.
Oh my god, I'm quitting now.
Dude, I could steal it. I could steal it if I wanted to.
I didn't say you can steal it.
But I'm like, nah, she can have it for now.
Right? For now, guys, for now.
Yeah, she's holding it for me.
Yeah, right.
But I feel like the fact that they're letting us evolve a lot of fashion Pokemon is really cool now. Like the Kirlia and the Gardevoir. I think
no.
that's
Those cannot.
You can't anymore?
No, you can't. No, you can't evolve a Curly.
I thought you could.
It's.
I know Trainer Tips was making jokes about how Blitzel would be able to evolve into Zubstrike
I know,
in
right?
2026.
I know, right? No, but
oh my gosh.
Curly
Yeah,
cannot
Kirlia
evolve.
kind of sucks then, huh?
Yeah, unless there's like a limit meta, which actually, if you think about
where's
it,
that male?
I think it was female, but I got caught with them for
then
male.
no. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of one of those things. Like they release the evolution like the next year or the next year after that or something like that. So it's not that it's not gonna be useful. It's just not useful right now.
Yeah.
Unless they decided
I just
to.
think they're neat.
I know, right? It's like it's just a collection edition basically. If you really want to go for it, go for it. I mean, a lot of people are actually going for the Absol too. So it's not the Absol is the one that you do want though.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Can
that
you
Mega
mega? You
yes,
can,
yes,
right?
you can mega the costume, but it will lose, of course, the glasses. But of course, you wouldn't be able to do.
Costume PvP meta. I like that.
Yeah, custom PvP meta. It's actually
Flexing.
what we'll probably talk about on the PvP section because that actually is happening pretty soon. It's not a custom one, but it's more like first stage evolution, I think it's called, or the evolution cup or anything like that. But we'll talk about that when we get the chance, of course. I feel a disturbance in the rare Pikachu force. I don't know, bro. Every time. But yeah, we also have Shinx with the hat, which actually there is a hidden thing that Niantic released and nobody ever knew until the moment the event started, and that is that the Tingo Rocket that has Shinx as its lineup actually gets the top hat too. Now you cannot evolve it, I don't think so. Nah, I don't know about that, but you get the hat one. You cannot get a shiny, but you can still get a shadow one, and unless you go hunting for it, you really don't see it that often.
That would be a really cool flex.
Yes.
Especially with the combo move.
If you get a Hundo, though, that would be nice.
And you can evolve it?
I don't think so.
2026!
I know, right? Basically. It would be kind of cool if one of the leaders would probably have it for a limited time and then everybody goes crazy, which actually will boost sales for them and things like that. It's like thrill or hunt in the end of the day.
Get out and hunt, yeah.
That's for sure. Or have like, if we're going by, let's say, new members, like a temporary member just has that Pokemon and you're actually able to get a shiny, but you only get it after, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 battles or rocket runs or something like that.
Yeah, is it out right now?
It's out. Yeah, it's out because of the event, but it's not shiny available. Like, it's only a grunt. But it is a flex if you can get it. So that'd be pretty cool anyways. It's still out? Yeah, it's still out. As far as I know, I think it's still out. I just don't know if they have patched it since then. But I don't know if they were meant to put it in there. I don't think so. I think Niantic Cat was just like, let me just go ahead and click here, put it on rockets just in case. But I haven't seen one. I haven't even seen a electric type grunt in days, I think. So
I can't remember the last one.
that's true. Aside from that, we got quite a bit of raids, of course, checked out because of the event. Belitzel is also one of those possible shinies, which I do have my shinies, but I don't have the ones with that. Chris is like, gotta click on it. And then, what else? Butterfree we already talked about. Crocknut, of course, now can evolve into the one Toxic Crow for it. Yeah, it can evolve now.
Toxapex is new.
Toxapex,
PvP.
which I feel like Toxapex can be talked about a little bit more in another moment.
Especially the fashion aspect of it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting why they chose that as their minimal play, I guess.
Kind of like the mascot of it.
Yeah. I don't know why they would choose this one for it. Now, of course, if you want to go over to the shop and get like the hat, that literally is like, Jesse getting killed by Toxapex. But that Pokemon itself, once it's like, have people started using it? I know actually Great League hasn't been out yet, right?
From what I heard, at least in self metas, it's pretty prominent as something you need to worry about.
Yeah, let's go.
I haven't looked at the moveset too much, but from what I've heard, it is a force to be reckoned with. Especially since, it's got the same typing as a Tentacruel, right?
I believe so. So yeah, it's a water poison type, I think.
Yeah.
And it's Toxapex? Yeah, Toxapex, right?
Oh, it's got some good wins.
Ranked 34 in the Great League. It has some key wins against, things like Azumarill, Scrafty, Trevenant, Medicham, Altaria. Oh, Altaria, that's like actually a good one.
Yeah, picking up Scrafty and Altaria is pretty big.
Yeah, so it's not too bad in the meta when it comes down to it. Ratings, it has an above 57% win rate against the whole meta. So it may actually shake it if used properly when it comes down to it.
In my opinion, it looks like a better Tentacruel.
Yeah, definitely. Just because even its moves, Poison Jab, which destroys fairy types, Brine, which is an interesting move. I don't think I've seen it before. And Sludge Wave, which is powerful enough when it comes down to it. So
yeah, I think one of the things that holds back Tentacruel is that its charge moves are kind of like all or nothing, so it has to charge up to Hydro Pump.
It did get Skull though, right?
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I don't know which one's better now anymore.
Tentacruel.
Oh, yeah, he looking kind of bad.
Yeah, he's still, he gets good moves to be able to, like Acid Spray doesn't really do that much damage, it just helps you like lower the defense.
Well, he can get Sludge Wave too.
Yeah.
Just overall, it looks like Acid Spray just does it better for some reason.
Just because Sludge Wave is more of a nuke, while Skull is more high in efficiency on it, so it really depends when it comes out to it.
Interesting.
But they do want to have Skull and Acid Spray. I guess it's because of more like breaking shields and things like that.
Yeah, I think it's just how bulky.
Could be, but I think Toxicrow is actually a lot bulkier for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a matchup with things that two of them is fine. But anyways, we can get more into, of course, PvP when it comes down to it. But yeah, so get your Toxapex whenever you can. I can't even say the name of the Pokemon now. Get your shinies and just enjoy the event. A couple more days to it. I believe it ends in another day and a half, or 2 days actually, 22 full days in the end of the day. So it's not too bad. I may actually do a little bit of a run tomorrow just to see what I can do, although there's still a lot of places that may not be able to access because of it. So there's been a lot of flooding going on.
Yeah,
so.
let's hope Riverwalk ain't looking too bad when I...
Yeah, be very careful when you drive through those, because I know that the rivers are actually like overflowing right now. So we may have to go to a more secluded area when it comes down to it.
Yeah, maybe Bray.
Yeah, Bray will probably be easier. But yeah, in the case maybe... yeah, I know, right? River walking by the river.
Literally a river walk.
Basically.
Walking in the river.
Walking in the river. Oh my god. But yeah, so that's what it is when it comes down to it. But now, let's get into today's research topics of the week. We got a bunch of news, actually, especially the dump of news, which, again, Niantic is choosing to do an infograph instead of actually give it as the full blog post.
They're taking away people's jobs.
I know, right? Like, a couple of gaming is like, done. But then when it comes down to it. So, Let me actually switch it over here so you guys can see. We do have the content for October, which was released a couple of days ago, and it started after today because today is October 1st. We're gonna start with some raid bosses, I guess. So we do know the Yveltal is gonna be here until October 8th. If you can get a hundo or a fungible hundo, just get it. You know, shiny is still pretty great. Then from October 8th to October 20th, we're gonna have my boy Cernius. It's out with his shiny form. I am going ham for it, and I'm making a promise to change my name if I don't get 6 Shandos. Oh. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, it's Cernius is a beautiful shiny. Almost, I think it gets the same colors as Yveltal. It just gets, of course, the blue and white when it comes down to it. So
yeah,
not much of a difference in a way, but still, it's actually a pretty good shiny no matter what. However, that's not the last thing we're going to have until October 20th. 20th is going to have Giratina alternate form coming back in raids for a good week. This is a good Pokemon to have for a lot of the metas, both in, and even for raid battles, actually. Just the tankiness of alternate form. And I've seen it play it out in Master League. Trust me to say that it's not an easy one to take down.
He's chunky.
Very chunky. Shinies, of course, is available. And then on October 27th to November 8th, we're actually going to have Origin Form Giratina back in raids, and I know a lot of people are excited about that. If they don't have the Shando at that
point. He's the best Giratina.
Yes. Now, of course, I probably go harder for Alter Form, maybe get another Hundo just to level 50 it, and then leave 1 for 40, 1 for 50 in the end of the day.
That's a good point.
So that way I have those limited metas cover just in case they decide to be like, hey, let's go ahead and do classic master or something like that, you know. So it works pretty well, very well. For now, I think my Giratina Alter Form, it is a level 40, and I haven't moved it just because all my candies go to my Shando anyway. So, but I do have a level 40 Origin Form, a Shando level 50, 51 actually, and then the alternate form that actually Chris got for me. So I do have all 3. Just if I can get just one more, I may actually go a little ham to get that Shando or not. So if you're planning of actually spending money in October, you're gonna go broke. Because it is a lot of Pokemon. Like,
Happy Halloween.
And here's the thing though, Cernius actually is becoming really valuable with tackle buff.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at it too much, but people are talking real good stuff about tackle.
They banned it in factions for a reason. Because they don't know what the meta would be with it. Even with, Night Hello and out and about, this still feels like Cernius could have actually done quite a bit of it because of the neutral damage of tackle. So
yeah, but and like Fairy hits a lot of types real hard.
Yeah, I think it gets Thunderbolt and Moonblast. I think those are the moves. I'm not sure.
I think so. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know Xerneas that well.
Yeah. But we'll check it out when we get the chance, of course. But yeah, again, just rate it when you can, if you can. We also have our Megas. The event, of course, when it starts and when it ends. So from October 27th to the 8th, we do have Mega Lopunny or Mega Delfino.
Yeah, Bel Delfino.
Yeah. We also have Mega Manectric from October 8th to 20th, which I have the handles of both, so I really don't need any more Mega Energy. And I do have level 3s on both of them, so I can actually Mega Evolve whenever I can without having to waste any energy and anything. As for the last Mega of the month, from October 20 to November 8, it's a mystery one, which at this point we kind of already know. Chris, do you know what could it be? Tick tock.
I don't remember.
And my boy here has lost some.
Real? Oh yeah, I think I did see somebody say something.
Yeah, well, look at the Mega Energy. Yeah, it's there.
Oh yeah, no, I see that. Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Mega, what's the evolution? Bayonet, thank you. Mega Bayonet may be coming for the October Halloween, which is coming pretty soon.
He looks awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so we also, of course, have our raid hours. October 5th, we have another Yveltal, which we did miss the last raid hour because of the hurricane. No! And it was literally on the day the hurricane hit, too. So
Dude, funny enough, I think I was doing some of the raid hour while the hurricane was going on.
I was trying to do some of them from Europe or something things well before the hurricane hit. So, and then of course when I lost service. So, but of course we do have another chance on that. I may actually go out for this one just because it's such a good one, anyways.
How do they have 2 for Xerneas?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Yveltal has 2 now. This is the second one.
Oh.
So we have 2 Xerneas, which again, it is a new shiny. And I'm pretty sure everybody wants to level 50 at this point. The only reason why I really didn't go that hard for Xerneas, aside from getting the Hondo, which I did, and I'm actually happy about that, is that I knew that the shiny was going to be out eventually.
Yeah, honestly, like, why spend the money
Right.
unless you're actually going to use it before the shiny comes out?
So, I mean, I don't have any candies for it, but I do have extra large candies, which I'm surprised I have some. I don't even remember if extra large candy was out by the time the thing started going out, but I do have the Honda, so I will be maxing out level 50 in that regard. But of course, getting the chances of shiny is not bad. And now that I have more than enough shinies for Yveltal, which I'm probably gonna get more by the time I finish here, I'll transfer some to home, and I don't have to worry about those for a while. And then October 26th. Giratina Ultimate Form will be out in raids, which I'm pretty sure they'll give us another chance at Origin Form too. So.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be in November. Whichever the Wednesday is for November.
Yeah, so I think it's like whenever the first Wednesday of November is, that's when we'll have our Origin Form raid hour. So it is what it is. Now we do have the events line up, and that's actually the full content of October. We do have the Evolving Stars event, which we'll talk about in just a moment, starting on October 5th and ending on October 11th. Then on October 8th, we have Mega Gyarados Raid Day. Not a lot of people are happy about that, but I'm sure a lot of them want the Hondo.
It's a weird one, but it is useful.
Well, give it as a little thing to actually go forward with, because Gyarados is still a very powerful Pokemon in any sort of way.
The only thing I can really get behind it is if the shiny's like pretty darn boosted. Because people really like Red Gyarados. Like, it's so nostalgic.
You'll be surprised. Then October 14 to October 17, we have the Festival Lights, which is a return event from previous years. A lot of people are saying that Shiny the Dene is going to be released because the Dene was actually released the last time it was out, but I don't know. It really depends on that. Then we have our October Community Day, which we did talk about. Liquid is finally going to be out on October 15.
Yay.
Shiny available, and it's in the afternoon, so I can go to work and then come back and I'll be fine with it. And then from October 20th to November 1st, we have our Halloween event, which is one of the best events of the year for Pokemon Go.
My favorite.
Definitely. Now, of course, if they do screw it up somehow, we're going to be talking about it. There is a live event happening in Safari Zone Taipei from October 21st to October 23rd. There is a couple of things that we'll mention about that in just a few moments, but again, it's another Safari Zone happening, on another part of the world, like always. Now, Chris, go over the Spotlight Hours. How about that?
All right. So we're starting it out October 4th with Purloin, which should be coming up very soon.
Mm-hmm.
It is not shiny available yet, but you're gonna get a 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon.
And the funny thing about this one is the shiny gets released during the Safari Zone.
Bruh. Dude, they're teasing us.
I know, right? It's like,
they should have switched it with
that's
the
what I'm
one.
saying. It's like,
oh man. But October 11th, we're gonna get Haunter, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. If you have Weather Boost, that is gonna be some insane Stardust. So definitely throw a Star Piece.
Mm-hmm.
October 18th is gonna be Miss Dravis, which is gonna be 2 times XP for catching Pokemon.
Yep.
Throw your lucky egg in that situation if you really need the XP. October 25th is going to be Shuppet, and you're going to get 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon. And it also says for Shuppet, bring your buddy Pokemon to witness something special for the beginning and end of the Spotlight Hour for Shuppet. Interesting.
It's so weird that this is, so there's 2 new things when it comes to the Spotlight Hours this month. First and foremost, Hunter being a Pokemon that you can catch in the wild during a Spotlight Hour. Usually will be Ghastly or something similar to it.
Yeah, baby.
Baby. Well, now we're getting Hunter for some reason, and the harder to catch, the harder that it is to go out for it.
Oh no, I'm getting Zweilous from Dino Day.
I know, right? So I don't know. That might be a thing, of course. Woo! Drowsy finally got here. Drowsy. Hunter, I'm also calling Hunter for some reason. Hunter. Anyways, what I'm saying is like it's harder to catch. It's not shiny available. So the only good thing about it is the Stardust. So, but again, the harder it is to catch, the worse it gets to that point. So
people complaining.
Yeah. So unless the shiny is released, then I wouldn't be too unhappy about it. Now the Shuppet thing. It's interesting unless they give us things like Mega Energy and things like that. Just because the Mega should be out. Yeah, it is out by that time, but it whatever the surprise may be, and it's only through that hour specifically. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they have in store for us. Yeah. Especially because to witness something special at the beginning and end of the Spotlight Hour. Maybe it's a brand new thing or something. I don't know. Chris is just taking snapshots. And then we do have our research breakthrough box, which we actually already know from previous events and things like that. I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but they did release like every single of the research breakthrough boxes since the beginning of the season or something like that. So we already knew it was Shayminja. And as you know, Shayminja is a very special Pokemon. It's basically a trophy Pokemon for us because there's nothing more to it. And
with no abilities.
And it will be shiny available throughout the month of October. Which is the first time the Shayminja gets it shiny because we do already have Nincada and Ninjas as shiny forms for it. It was one of those things that just never happened to be released until now. So, which is interesting. But yeah, from October 1st to November 1st. So it just started as of the recording of the podcast. So if you open your box as of today, then you'll be getting Shayminja.
How close am I to that? Yeah, I'm 3 days away.
Well, I'm 1 day away for the first one, so I usually get every single one my one sort Sunday anyway, which it works for me, But yeah, that's the content of October, which is very exciting now. A lot of new exciting things between new shinies, new Pokemons, new events, well, returning events, and then the new event that we'll talk about in a moment. So, Chris, how excited are you?
I'm pretty excited. I love the spooky season, so I'm really excited for what's to come for the month of October.
Yes, and we're already there, so
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting when I say the least. And I know this Whooper's not shiny; it's just been sitting in my house all day. But yeah,
he dancing for you.
He dancing. All right, so that's the October news dump. There's like any other month that we have. Which actually, if I think about it, September just feels like it went by so fast, especially this last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it went too fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
True, but at the same time, I just felt like September just like. I guess it's because there's a lot of things going on that it just happened between, at least in my personal life. I had my nephew's birthday, this hurricane, and then other things happening in between the weeks. I'm just like, the September just disappeared.
It went event to event.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, snap your fingers.
Yeah. We'll probably start doing more content in how the month went once the new year starts. Because right now, we're already here. We're almost at the end of the year. Which actually, now that I think about it, is 3 months into the end of the year. What the heck?
Yeah, dude.
2022 is ending. I can't believe it.
2022, a retrospective next week.
Oh, no, not yet. We got 2 more months of that. 3 more months of that, if you think about it. But yeah. Anyways, the next event that is happening, which we did mention in the blog post, is the Evolving Stars, which I keep thinking of saying Evolving Skies,
Yeah,
So
if you open up any Pokemon cards, you're definitely thinking of Evolving Skies with this event.
Hey, if they would have done a collaboration and then just call it Evolving Stars, and then we'll have like Cosmo and Shiny Cosmo or things like that happening in the TCG, I'll be like, yes. But yeah, the Evolving Stars event is happening with a very, very big, cool. Very big image of Cosme, which is the evolution of Cosmo. Now, you might be wondering what's happening. Well, here is what is happening, y'all. Trainers, you can evolve and grow with your Pokemon in all kinds of ways in the Pokemon Go, and it's time to celebrate with the new event, Evolving Stars. One second, let me heal up my Pokemon because I need.
He needs some milk.
And that's some milk. I need that rate. The start of the event is Cosme, the Protostar. Yeah, that's how you say it, right? Protostar Pokemon.
Yes.
Which will make its Pokemon Go debut. You can also look forward to Field Reach's focus on evolution and collection challenge that awards evolution items. Here we go. So, when does it start? Wednesday, October 5th at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, October 11th at 8 p.m. local time. The Season of Light story unfolds and continues on, the story of Cosmo, which is actually the Pokemon that we received at the beginning of the season. A new part of the special launch special research will unlock. I'm sorry, I said season long special research, and that's super long or something like that. Will unlock during the Evolving Stars event and then complete it to take another step on the adventure with Cosmo. So Cosme, or Cosmeo?
I've always said Cosmoem.
Cosmoem, which actually sounds better. Trainers will be able to evolve Cosmo into Cosmeo by using 25 Cosmo candies. And don't worry, and note, do not worry about evolving your only Cosmo. Rumor has it that trainers will have the opportunity to encounter additional Cosmo in the distant future. Now, they say distant future. At this point, I feel like they're just going to say, next year at this point or something.
So, what worries me about it is if it's anything like Celebi and Mew, is the second one just going to be the shiny one? And wouldn't I rather evolve the shiny one?
True.
Is the way I'm looking at it, but you never know. Well, and I do like that it says additional Cosmog instead of just one additional Cosmog.
Yeah. So
it's like,
it's a possibility to have more. Now, of course, Cosmo technically is a mythical Pokemon, because it is in the forms that it doesn't do anything in the game, both in the main series and us. But it's interesting, to say the least, that this will be the way that they're going to release more Cosmo in the future.
I do like that they specify that though, because the first thing I kept hearing was like, oh, this event sucks because it's making me evolve my Cosmo.
Yeah. Which unfortunately I don't have a good one even when I did the research. So it's like I'm going to evolve a crappy one for no reason.
Yeah, I think somebody got like a 15, 15, 14. So I don't think they have any problems evolving that.
No, I think some people actually got like the community manager for Pokemon Go right now. She actually got the Hondo.
Oh.
And no, it's not because she works at Niantic. It's because she actually, got lucky when it comes down to it. All right, real quick, Chinese check for Yveltal.
Okay.
There you go. 3, 2, 1.
Bacon. No
nope.
bacon.
On the numbers, maybe?
Mine's better, but
it's 20. It's I think it's 60 for non-with the ones. So yeah. So that's another one there. I do hate how far he goes though. Oh my god.
He do be waving his arms too.
I know. Whenever he does that, I'm like, just get in the ball. Anyways, we did mention about Mega Gyarados Raid Day from Saturday, October 8th to 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time, which is in afternoon time. And it's actually pretty good because that means I can sleep. Raid Day bonuses. So Mega Gyarados will appear more frequently in raids. You can receive up to 5 additional raid passes by spinning photos this at gyms. And then you'll have an increased chance of encountering shiny Gyarados.
Okay.
So now I wasn't gonna say anything because I did read that part.
Yeah, I was like, I know I'm just getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, but yes, you will get an extra chance, or not extra chance, but more like an increased chance of encountering the shiny. I know my friend is looking for the Hondo Shando, so I'm trying to get him out and about that day. But he's like, if I can do it from the comfort of my home, I'll do it. It's like, bro, play the game, brother.
That sounds about right. Pokemon Go Spirit.
Yeah, I know, right? Yveltal wants to give you a hug. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah, honestly.
Then we have the wall encounters for this event. So we have Kakuna, Pidgeotto, Poliwhirl, Kadabra, Hunter, Rhydon, Citra, Scyther, Eevee, Swinub. Almost lost the name of the Pokemon. Ralts, Duskull, Dynamo, Liquid, and then Helioptile. Interesting enough, some Pokemons are not the type of, evolution ones for sure, right? And I know I can insert Eevee being there, but then, Scyther and Ralts, why are they there? Because of the double evolution or something?
It's an interesting mix for sure. I don't see a lot of correlation for a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the Hunter now and then Hunter Spotlight Hour, but that's about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, definitely. We do have our raids. 1-star raids will include Slowpoke, Onix, Scyther, Porygon, and Sunkern. 3-star raids we have Magneton, Rhydon, Togetic, and Palmoswine. And then the 5-star raids we did mention, of course, the Yveltal until October 8th, and then Xerneas from then until the following week, I believe. So, or 2 weeks after that.
Kind of excited for Togetic, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I do want the Hondo for that. I have a functional Hondo, but that's about it. Mega Race, again, Mega Manectric and Mega Lopunny will be in race in their respective hours. We did mention that. Field Riches Encounters. Complete the Field Riches Encounters to earn Stardust, Evolution Items, and Mega Energy, so which is actually pretty good in that regard.
Yeah, I do like that they do Mega Energy from the, what's it called?
The research?
From the research.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like the ones I need, they just keep giving me the same ones, like Venusaur and stuff.
If they can give me Ampharos Mega Energy, I'll be fine,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I do need that.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not expecting, like, Kangaskhan, but, like, I'm talking, like, Altaria, Ampharos. I love that they're doing a bit of Steelix, because that was a hard one to take down, so
Yeah.
I understand that's one that a lot of people didn't do.
Mhm.
But, yeah, they gotta give me Altaria or something.
Yeah, definitely for those. But then we have also have Evolving Collection Challenges, which, it will be focusing on evolution items and getting more of evolved Pokemon and everything like that. So just, evolve your Pokemons. And then the Evolution Cup, which I did mention at the beginning. 1500 CP to enter, and only Pokemon that evolve at least once can evolve again will be eligible. So, Charmeleon, or Ivysaur and things like that. Will only
Porygon 2.
It does get Tri-Attack, I think, right? Yes. That's an interesting one. It doesn't get Tackle, if I remember, so.
It might, but I think Lock-On is just so fast that you'd rather go with Lock-On a lot of the time.
That's true. But yeah, that is the Evolving Stars event. I gotta really watch out when I say that.
Evolving Skies event.
It's like the reprint of the cards. Crazy bit like, yeah.
I wish, yeah.
I know, right? That thing is so expensive these days. It's crazy, It's like.
And it just got reprint. Anyways.
Anyhow, however, we can talk all about that if we wanted to, but we don't. So, but that is the event. Then we of course have information about the Safari Zone Taipei that is happening this month actually. So once again, another Safari Zone happening in that time. Tickets are available now if you are looking forward to going over there. However, in addition to the Pokemon GO Safari Zone festivities, a Pokemon Air Adventures event is coming to the city of Taipei. Trainers who have tickets to the Pokemon GO Safari Zone event will have access to the exclusive gameplay, but some features will be available to all trainers. Trainers can participate in Pokemon Air Adventures events from October 21st to October 23rd, no matter where you are in the city. So you do have to be in the city. So Safari Zone itself will happen in the area that they mentioned from those days, but also if you are around the city, you do get the chance to go around and play the Air Adventures, which, if you guys don't know, and it's actually been a while since we mentioned, the Air Adventures was an initiative to actually go ahead and travel again. Most of the time we'll have like a Pikachu wearing a, some kind of like t-shirt or something, or the balloons with the special coloring and everything like that. I mean, unless it comes to the States, I don't know what else will go about it when it comes down to it,
They're like, how do we make it exclusive since they can't do the Lapras like they did in the past?
God.
People were freaking out about finding a bunch of Lapras in Japan.
Yeah. Also to mention, Purloin was the Safari Zone here and there? I don't remember. However, in this Safari Zone, Shiny Finion is actually being released. So, not a very interesting Pokemon, but it's still a new Shiny to hunt when you see one.
I love it.
Really? The Shiny? Or the Pokemon?
Both.
Okay.
I used it in Pokemon Pearl, and it's held a lot of nostalgia for me.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I do think it has a decent Shiny too.
I haven't even seen the Shiny, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got a decent Shiny. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, we'll look it up.
It's not top tier, but it's all right.
But yeah, Shiny Finion being released in the wild. I think at one point the blog post was saying that Pachirisu was also going to be shiny, but they took that away like pretty quickly.
Maybe it's a surprise. Who knows?
I don't know. That would be funny though, but still interesting enough when it comes.
2 shinies in one. Yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, it is what it is. I do believe that the unknowns TP and E will be shiny during that, but then again, it might be not.
Yeah, no.
Actually, it does say shiny form. So
yeah, it would have had a star there if it was a shiny for Pachirisu.
Yeah, so Pikachu wearing the green T-shirt, the berry one, flying Pikachu with the multicolored balloons, and the Pikachu with green balloons. So that's interesting. And then a bunch of other Pokemons that if you want to go ahead and go through it, that's fine. Just a lot of things happening. Just like a Go Fest, 3-day Go Fest and everything. Just a little less in the end. That it's not a celebration of everybody; it's just a celebration in the city.
That's pretty dope.
Interesting. But yeah, so that's all the news really. I was hoping to get the dump of news before the beginning of October, but of course the world didn't want me to talk about it until then. So, but yeah, any exciting things happening aside from the expected Halloween stuff?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the leaders. How they changed the leaders for fashion.
Oh my God! Thank you for reminding me. Oh my God! So with Fashion Week, they decided to update the models for the leaders, and I don't know. I'm not happy about it.
I know Mystic definitely isn't happy.
Oh my God! and the worst part, I think the worst part was just when it was released. Let me actually go to Twitter for this because it just did not happen for us in the end of the day. So, and I'll show it to you guys in just a moment here. So they updated the models and we're like, okay, so what the heck is happening, to the game? And then all of a sudden, if you go to the game, you actually see this demonic type of things happening.
Dude, look at his hand.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, I didn't completely miss that. Oh my God. But yeah, Spark and Blanche and Candela did actually get their models, and the hand is also happening. They should keep the face. I know, right? That will be the most iconic thing in the world. But yeah, they even I can't. I don't know why. Why would they even pick this type of models? Like, they were so cool before. Now they look like, at least, okay, so rating wise, Spark looks the better. Candela is interesting, and then Blanche is just horrible.
I think Candela looks fine with the new update, but yeah, Blanche definitely got shit on.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say.
I don't know. It's like it's. I think Blanche isn't like a trans thing or something. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it.
Maybe that's what they're pushing.
Because
for.
everybody's thinking that she or he was, in the other situation, but I never thought that he was actually a guy or looks like a guy because of the hair and everything. So, we know Candela's Candela anyways, but then Spark is the only one that actually looks good. He knows how to pick his scam style, and this is actually making me switch teams at this point.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you gotta switch teams over the model now.
Oh, brother. It's like, I saw this, I was like, Niantic, really? You're actually pushing me this far? And if you actually go into the game and you appraise, it's like it's updated everywhere. So why does it look like that? What? I don't understand.
And people don't know if it's going to be like a permanent change or just for Fashion Week. I think they're mostly testing what people think of the change before they actually. She looks angry there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like she doesn't even look happy when it comes out.
She's like, you don't like my style?
Definitely not. It's like, I could give you a better style in that regard. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely been changing things in the world, and I'm just like, okay, so how much is for the medallion switch team and everything? It's like, I'm gonna pull through. Don't worry, I'll pull through. But if they do something else that just makes it, I'm switching teams to the instinct right there, brother.
The angry teacher always gave hard tests.
Right. So in the end of the day, it's kind of one of those things. But when it was updated into the game and people were like, "What the heck is happening here?" It's like they only took them like another 30 minutes before they actually changed the models correctly. But it was still kind of weird when it comes down to it. So Spark is like, "I'm smiling. Look at that. Now I'm smiling." Candela is like, "I'm ready to battle," and then Blanche is like, "Why are you a nerd?" The glasses, here's the thing. I think the outfit could have been good if the glasses were just not there.
You think the glasses?
The glasses just doesn't make it. Now I understand. I'm a glasses guy and everything. But at least give them a cooler type of glasses. It's like that. That just doesn't feel right. Even I wouldn't actually put out with this type of glasses, and I'd be like, yeah. It looks like one of those Walmart glasses too. Something. Ella Generate. Oh my God. She looks like an angry teacher who always has hard tests. I know, right? But yeah, it's just one of those things in the other day, and I'm just like, anyways. with that being said, of course, I believe that's everything, unless I'm missing something else, Chris, on the topics.
I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other things that people were talking about.
Not really. Not unless we talk about GBL, which we'll talk about now. So I guess it's time to get, go into PvP section, get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
Yeah, we can actually fight now.
I know, right? So the first ever gold battle day is happening actually today. 24 hours of all day battling. You get 100 battles, and Stardust and all the rewards, plus a collection challenge. Well, like a battle challenge collection, which all you have to do is battle like 10 times in the Gold Battle League. A couple of super effective charge moves and everything, and just try to win and everything like that. Power up some Pokemon, and you do get a Elite TM from it.
Yeah, I should probably do my battles.
Yeah, probably. It's just 10 battles, but at least just finish up, the ones that you can.
Yeah, I think I will. I just definitely want to encounter what I can for Fashion Week tonight.
You know what the problem is, though?
What?
It's Master League.
Oh!
Master League and Master League Premier Classic.
Can I, borrow some Pokemon? In 3rd gen, I'll just take your party. I'll give them back next week, man.
I know, right?
I'll take them on loan.
Right, yeah. I mean, if you can actually use my account for it, that'd be crazy. And I know that's not a hundo because I think the hundo was like 500.
500, yeah.
So
I remember that one the back of my head.
It's
man.
It's something that I was looking forward the entire time until I finally got the hundo.
Dude, I got 598s, but I don't even remember if I got a hundo that yet.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Gold Battle League Day, 24 hours again. But you do want to actually get that Elite TM if you can. Again, you don't have to win the battles. You actually just have to play them, and then just finish up the other sets. You can even do regular battles for those if you don't do the other ones. I did battle against somebody who was actually 10 CP. 10 CP Pokemons.
Sometimes you just want the Stardust. You just want to get those battles over with.
Yeah, you do get quite a bit of Stardust from it. And then we do have a small factions update book.
Small?
Well, okay. Okay, alright. So, we did mention that, of course, we did get an extension just because of the glitches that happened in GVL and everything. So we did have until the end of this week to finish our battles. However, our team actually finished them literally the week that we were released. I already talked about my battles from last podcast and, pretty good switches and everything in the Master League. But then Chris had those battles at the same day that we had the podcast that day. But then he was like, go ahead.
Dude, I was confident I'd be able to get, 1 point, which I think before my battles, the team had already gotten 11 to 7 or something.
Yeah, so even if you were lose to the battles, we would still win the sets.
I could have got my booty kicked and we still would have won, which I was very happy about because that takes a huge weight off my shoulders. Our team is supreme. I love my team. But I went into the battles thinking, okay, if I line up everything properly, I may be able to go 2-1. Maybe if everything goes properly. I think I led into an okay matchup, and I ended up winning the first match, and I was like, okay, that was weird, but let's win another one. I went into the second one. I think it was a horrible matchup if I remember right. It was it was something stupid, Wish Cash and a Venusaur kind of bad. But I ended up coming out of it because he didn't have an answer for Kafragigas, if I remember right.
Nice.
And then the third match, I was like, "Oh my gosh, am I gonna do this?" Because every single time I think I'm gonna sweep, I always
That's always one.
happens.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah.
But the third one, I had a great first matchup, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta play my little heart out and get that third point for captain."
Yeah.
I was able to take the third match too. So we got the sweep. My team, my person I played against was very strong, but I was able to come out ahead with the 3-0. My first sweep, I think, of factions ever, but really? I might be wrong. But yeah, super
it's been
excited.
a couple seasons.
Yeah, we're gonna see a sweep from Pure Lighter. I promise you by the end of the season.
It has to happen. I have to at least be able to. I don't know about this week though. This week is gonna be insane.
Yeah, like the teams have been really tough. They've been really good at creating strong metas that there isn't like a team you can make that just hard counters the other person's team.
Well, especially in my meta, even though we do have restrictions, but at the same time, you don't know who's gonna pick that restrictions. Of course, you can pick between things that we know they're not gonna do as great just because of how well it is. Plus, I don't have the Pokemon for it, but I do feel like the strongest ones will come out on top in the end of the day, and just knowing your matches in the end of the day. Now, when I did my matches, it's like I was like super scared knowing that I was gonna be destroyed by a Sekrom at one point or something like that.
Dude, just because I'm so glad we practiced before that because I was pooping my pants for you.
I know.
I was terrified.
But sometimes it's just about strategy. Sometimes it's more about just what it is, and sometimes it's also a little bit of surprise because it is the first time we do have like mega Pokemons in the meta. And not a lot of people know how to battle against those in the end of the day.
We don't get a lot of practice with that in GBL at all.
No, nothing at all. So it's kind of interesting to see how well you can do it at the end of the day, and just know how to do a couple of switches here and there. So, I'll probably post that on TikTok eventually.
I have been saving my matches for Captain Shook.
Yeah.
So I need to send them to him in a doc if he wants to use any of them because I know they're trying to make a little clippy if you guys are trying to see the good plays.
Yeah, so we do know our next matchup, which is actually against the BTW team. If you guys don't know, the BTW is actually the BTW podcast, which talks all things PvP in Pokemon Go. They have a strong team. So we're kind of swelling bullets on this one.
No, we're not worried at all. No.
Are you trying to not jinx us at this point?
We gotta fight this next week when the extension is finally over.
I think it's over this Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a week that we're definitely gonna be having to be on our A game.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any easy ones.
And we kind of wanted to prepare a little bit ahead of time, like knowing what could be out there, but
a hurricane
came. So it was like, but yeah, it is what it is. We'll try our best and we'll keep you guys updated on our socials for sure. So with that being said, Chris, I believe that's everything that we have today.
I think you're right, honestly. And I'm itching to catch some costume Pokemon.
Oh, God. But yeah, so... that being said, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. You can always check us out in the podcast services feeds. Episode usually comes out pretty quickly, sometimes a day or two later. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, any other places can be gratefully. You can gratefully listen to us, and if you can greatly appreciate it, to leave us a review. We really, once again, appreciate it. Our socials: Purified Podcast, Pure Letter Go, and Pokemon Trigger Please. That's PKMN Trigger Please with a C at the end. We also have the Gmail, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com if you want to send us anything. We're always waiting for fans to just go ahead and talk to us about things. So
just send us memes.
Yeah, that's all. That's okay.
I'll take some memes.
I'll take memes too. Yeah. Join our Discord. The Discord is in the description in every other in all the podcast episodes. Or if you want to when you're here, just do exclamation Discord in our live stream and everything. And then just forget to check us out at purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. Once again, in the Professor Network, just like I mentioned. Real quick before we do end, of course, wanted to emphasize once again that the hurricane did hit kind of hard here in Florida. So if you guys can actually find some way of helping through a charity, donations, any kind of things that they are putting out there, of course, don't get scammed. Just if you can help, we greatly appreciate it. It is our home. We call it our home. This is actually the biggest hurricane we have felt in many years, in the last many years that we have really lived here. So we want to protect our home as much as possible, and we want to protect the people who actually live here, because they, even though if they don't play Pokemon Go or they do, they're still family to us. But yeah, so keep an eye there. So Chris, how about you take us away for the night?
All right. If you guys want to participate in the first Hamtaro's ranking of the ghost Pokemon, you can do that on Twitter. I just want to give a quick shout out to that. And for spooky season, stay safe. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about any hurricanes for the whole week of October. I'm gonna knock on wood after the podcast. It's gonna be an awesome month. In my opinion, the best month of Pokemon Go. Say what you will, but looking forward to it. Get those shinies. Stay safe, and be the best trainer you can. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying them, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.